Hello, all my duplicate cupcakes, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. The game is slowly loading up here. I wanted to just admit something right now, and I kind of want to just apologize, but I kind of cheated. That sounds so bad. Why are you down there? You could be... okay, whatever. I actually have several other games. Well, I've been kind of playing on my own because I do kind of enjoy the game. And I have recently discovered a couple things. And one of the things that I discovered was the steam vents. So that is one potential thing that I'm going to be looking for pretty much all the time in here is I need steam vents. The second thing that I've been kind of playing with is like how to deal with gases and stuff like that, because it's one of the things that we haven't done a lot of, honestly. And so, well, I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Now, one thing, I don't know about this, kind of looking around of kind of what I've been doing for the last, I think we're on episode, wait a minute, episode 10. The last 9 episodes is just trying to figure out and get a feel for this game. And in all honesty, I'm not doing terribly bad because one of my other games that I played, I lost one of my duplicates like almost right away because they decided that they were going to drown themselves. It was an awful, awful situation. But I think we're going to be doing okay. Now, one thing, I haven't really been using these overlays a lot. We don't actually have a lot of hydrogen in the recent area. I do not like, oh, there's a lot right here. They don't actually like this layout as much as some of the other layouts that I have gotten because some of the other ones are just so much better than whatever this nonsense is. Looks like we're still converting this polluted water, so that's good. Somebody did mention that I could always use ice to melt into water, which I had not considered that, believe it or not. That actually might be a great way to go. Still not quite sure what to do with all of this nonsense down here. Now, one of the other things that I kind of talked about a little bit was I need plastic, and plastic is from oil, and oil is found down here. And I have no idea how this is gonna work, so that's great. The other thing is we have a lot of chlorine. Chlorine is, as far as I can tell, isn't terribly useful. I mean, like, chlorine is good because it cleans things, but it's not necessarily like the most useful thing on the planet. So we need to figure that out. And the other thing, we really need to work on some of these power transformer stuff and figure out how to, oh no, we've actually already done, oh no, we've got that split up. We need to worry about oxygen. Okay, well, let me just get started here until something interesting happens, honestly. I had completely forgotten about this. There's a couple things. First of all, I forgot that we had a chlorine escape. So there's a lot of chlorine in this area. Chlorine's actually dangerous, but it's nothing fancy here. Nails here gained a skill point. So let's go ahead and put her skill point into decorating. We might as well. We're gonna need a little bit of decorations. I think we're doing okay. Let's take a quick look. Some research is done. I have no idea what we're working on. So we're doing pretty well here. So that's not bad. What I wanted to look at was the decor overlay. We really need to work on some of this just so we have a little bit better morale. Let's take a quick look at our research though. I think we've got all of this top portion done. So all of the food, power, solid material, colony development, medicine, liquids is all done. Gases is pretty much done. We're working on the decor, and this will go down into the rocketry is what I just tried to say. Rocketry. And these require the virtual planetarium down here. So that's kind of just a thing that we're gonna have to worry about. Now, one of the reasons why I'm doing this and kind of just like running high speed at getting all of these researched is because I find it a lot easier to work on stuff like that if there's not anything holding us back. And let's see, we unlocked the comfy bed, which we need plastic, and the plastic ladder and the plastic tile. Oh, it can actually help limit the spread of germs in the colony. I kind of knew that, but I just didn't realize it. All right, well, let's see if we can't get our colony doing a little better. Now, one of the things I do want to do here, So lots of things create carbon dioxide, and I actually want to create like a trap lower down. Basically, as I move south, I want to continuously build new areas where all the carbon dioxide can settle, because we can't really do much with it, honestly, which I guess we do what we gotta do. Why is there polluted dirt? Do these things create polluted dirt? I have no idea. Oh my god. Okay, pause, stop. No, stop that right now. So there is actually a glitch. I actually saw a mod fix for it where if it auto-saves and you're holding down or clicking on something, it will extend that. Oh my gosh, should we get everything? Make absolutely positively sure that we got everything in there. Okay, so I'm kind of digging down this way, cleaning up some of this water, but kind of wanted to see what was down here. It looks like we've got another ice area down here. I want to figure out how to dig further down this area, but this looks like this route's not going to work because we'd have to deal with either hydrogen or chlorine, and not really interested in dealing with those, but I did want to kind of see what was down here just so we can kind of get an idea of what we're going to be dealing with. Let's see, Stinky here has a skill point. Let's give him into cooking. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. We're not running out of water or anything at the moment, just trying to decide kind of what our next goal is. We do have a lot of water up here that we can use and kind of steal for ourselves. There's another ice area. Now, one thing that I guess I should mention, oh god, what did you do? Well, we need to plug this up like right now. Get up there and turn that off. This is going to be a huge issue. Go, 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 go. Build, 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 build. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Okay. Well, that sucked. Yeah, that was my bad. Let's start cleaning up some of this, shall we? Holy crap. Alrighty then. Well, I guess that's fine. Oh, that's an invalid location. Let's put this... I don't even know where to put this right now. I can't believe that happened. I think water should be able to pour down right in there. It looks like, you know what? I don't know what happened here. But it was terrible, that's for sure. Looks like we have some research done, but I want to get this cleaned up before anything else. So soggy feet is actually a huge issue. Like, they whine about it, complain about it. We really need to clean all of this up. So let me get to mopping. Okay, I don't know what I was doing up there, but apparently, oh, you know what happened? The digging actually ended up extending that from like that far, and I missed it. That's what ended up happening. That was awful. That was something that I did not mean to have, like, completely screw everything up, but it did. I'm just gonna have them bottle the water back in there because we have like a ton of those sitting around now. Wow, that really... Okay, so that's probably fine. That is not fine. That's gonna be a problem. We had some new printables too. I am displeased. I'm so displeased right now. You can't just do that to me, game. Let's take a quick look at the research to finish that up. I'm gonna have them work on all the fine art stuff, and then we're gonna continue on some of the other ones a little bit later. But for right now, we're just gonna do that. Do we get any skill points? I don't even remember what else. Oh, printables. Let's take a look at the printables. We got a shine nymph, which honestly, we could probably bring in. I don't actually want any of this, so I'm just gonna reject. We unlocked the arrow pot, which we need, I think we need glass for that. And the window tile, which we haven't unlocked glass again, so no worries there. I do want to get this all dug out because there is a bunch of coal and copper ore in there, which we do in fact need and are gonna want, especially since we're using coal right now as our main source of stuff. Soggy feet right there, that makes them so whiny. So we're gonna want to make sure we've got all of that mopped up. Let me double check. That good? Okay, is this good? All right. Oh, no, one right there. That one right there will cause your it'll cause everything to just go haywire. And that's one of the problems with the soggy feet. I find that one thing to be worse than like food poisoning is they just get all whiny about their soggy feet and they complain and it's just terrible. I opened this up so we could get some carbon dioxide to actually flow down this way. That seems to be working pretty well. We're gonna want to eventually sift out carbon dioxide. Oh, there's no water down there. Well, we got more water. I mean, that's not how I wanted to do that, but you know, here we are. What is that? Oh, that's the tropical one. I forgot that was a thing. So I need to start thinking about what I want to do next. Okay, so you know what? I totally got like super distracted. One thing I was gonna talk about, and I knew I was gonna talk about, was slime lung. So they make slime lung kind of like to sound like it's, I don't know, awful and terrible and like, yeah, your duplicants are gonna not be happy if they get slime lung, but they'll actually probably be okay. So and actually we have a lot of people standing around idle as I'm trying to decide what I want my guys to do. I'm gonna start carving all of this. So just in case you are kind of wondering about slime lung, it's actually not anywhere as bad as they had made it out to be. Obviously, slime lung is not like the best thing in the world, but it's definitely workable, and so that's actually not a bad thing. So I think what I do want to do is we need algae, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to clean up some of the stuff around our base because it's kind of a mess, and there's some things that we kind of want to do just, you know, to make it look a little better and all that kind of good stuff. If we continue building up, we will eventually reach the outside of the map, by the way. Totally worth it. I think what I want to do... Oh, we have salt water over. We have to build this way. We absolutely need to dig this way. I think the best way to do that is going to be to dig into here and dig down, because I bet there's something in there that we're gonna want. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dig through here, and then I'm gonna start building down a bridge to like start reaching that area. And this works out because there's a bunch of algae in here and stuff, so it'll be really nice. We do have a lot of idling going on. Let's go ahead and harvest that. So we should also probably think about maybe building some more storage area because we seem to be running out here. And no, I think we're doing pretty well. All right, so just wanted to show off a couple things real quick here. We have a bunch of skill points. Not all the best type of skill points. As you can see, kind of like morale is a problem. So I just want to go ahead and accept some of the stuff that we definitely can use. For you, I'm gonna put you into digging. That seems like a reasonable idea. And for you, let's go ahead and get some critter ranching stuff started. I don't know too much about that. Additionally, we have almost completed our Renaissance art, and we're gonna be starting the final branch of rocketry down there. I want to get as much of that done as we possibly can. Okay, there we go. And there's no more water over here, so we're trying to finish all this up. There we go. So we can actually just get back to making more refined metals. We're dealing a little bit of circuitry overload, trying to figure that out. Ooh, new printables. Right here. Let's start with the printables. We've got rust or thimbleweed seeds. I'm not interested in the people, so I'm gonna go ahead and print those guys. And let's go ahead and start on the research. Now I'm just gonna choose a path, and what's gonna happen is they're gonna work on these are gonna get done, and then they're gonna work on, I hope the novice stuff first, and then we'll have to build a virtual planetarium. We will definitely get there. So we're currently building our way down here. As you can see, there's a lot of salt water in this area and hydrogen, which is actually really what we're looking for, because hydrogen is going to be good for like energy, because we can actually do power and make hydrogen stuff, which doesn't have pretty much any waste, which is actually really nice compared to everything else. We are overloaded. Where are we overloaded at? Oh, there's too much being passed through. Isn't this supposed to limit that? I'm confused. Is there too much power on the other end? Is it pulling too much? That's probably what's happening. Okay. Well, then maybe we should put a pause onto this and see if that helps. Okay, so it looks like that turned... we're still a little overwhelmed with that. Why is that happening? Oh, you know what? I bet it's... we're gonna have to figure this out. I don't know what I'm doing, so that's probably the best thing about all of this. Okay, we got some research done. I'm trying to think about what maybe the potential next thing that we really need to do is. Yeah, water is going to be a big concern. We're still a little low on water, but we've got the ice, so I'm actually not as concerned. Additionally, they have like a bunch of these polluted water areas up here, and here, and here, and here, and there, and everywhere. So if worse comes to worse, and we run out of those, then I think we might be playing this game absolutely wrong. I'm kind of carving my way into this area here. I don't know what this biome is. How hot is this? This is pretty hot down here, actually. But kind of looking around, we've got salt, we've got bleach stone. I want to continue to carve this out. We have a lot of salt water in here too. So that's actually kind of nice. We also have been unlocking a lot of the automation stuff, and we unlocked the telescope. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I have no idea what to do with that. What'd that say? Wait a minute. Stop. Game. No, but what did I just say? Telescope. Telescopes are necessary for learning star maps and conducting rocket missions. We are nowhere near that, honestly. Now, what I was thinking we should probably do is actually create a carbon skimmer. Now we have... Check out the unbreathable carbon dioxide down here. In fact, if we check, you can see how much carbon dioxide is actually in our base. And what I was thinking, it's not like the greatest thing, and I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but we do need to get rid of at least a little bit of this carbon dioxide so that our oxygen diffusers can work a little better. And I think the way I'm gonna do this, like I said, this is probably like not the best idea, but I don't know what I'm doing, so we're just gonna kind of run with it. I'm gonna create kind of a layout of what we're doing here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a carbon skimmer down here. Now this is not the lowest part of our base, but it's pretty far down there. And yes, it's it's invalid. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull water from in here into there, and what it does. Actually, can I show off? Okay, there it is. It uses 1,000 grams per second of water, but creates polluted water, so we should be actually okay, because at that point, like, it's not that big of a deal. Now, one of the other things I actually do want to do is create yet another one of these power transformers, because clearly we're kind of dealing with this weird issue where we're just not, like, this is still a strained system, even though we've got the power transformer. And I think actually I want to split this side of the map away from that side of the map. And the best way to do that is to find a good place to put this power transformer and then just cut it off. So I'm going to be working on that. Maybe I could look at the printables before we continue. What do we got here? Mirth leaf seeds and some people. We'll just print the seeds. So now I'm going to be trying to figure out where to put this here power transformer. Okay, well let's talk about a couple things here. First things first, I'm going to create a manual airlock down here because we kind of messed up. I messed up. I didn't realize that there was bleach stone down here, and actually let's put it here. And actually what's end up happening is that bleach stone actually gives off like a lot of chlorine. Does it show how much? Yeah, I mean, it's a considerable amount, and it's actually starting to travel up. So I want to get a manual airlock place down here before that becomes a serious problem, because it will. The other thing that I wanted to kind of show off here, let's get this done. Hurry, please. I don't want the chlorine floating around my base. Chlorine is a lot less of a concern, honestly, but it's still a concern. Are you kidding me? Because we don't have any oxygen down here. That's what's causing major issues. Build, 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 build. Come on, you're almost done. Just get it done. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? We're like right there. As you can see, actually, the chlorine has already escaped into our base. And I think it's actually heavier than oxygen, so it shouldn't float up much further than that. At least we can hope it won't float up much further than that. But my actual thing here was that we've got the power transformer that I've created. What happened? Why is there water everywhere? What have you done? Guys. Man, I'm gone for like 2 minutes. Taking care of another problem, and you guys are just causing all sorts of chaos. I don't even know where this leak came from. This is not the first time this has happened. You guys are all gonna be upset. What is wrong with you? We got some skill points. Trivaldo here, let's give him some super hard digging. That'll work. Nisbet here, let's give her, she doesn't have a lot of morale, so let's go ahead and just boost her agriculture. Let's go ahead and boost his doctoring, and then let's not give her anything because we're at an even point and she'll get upset and it'll cause unnecessary stress, so never mind. Oh, and apparently Ren has one too, but also same kind of issue. So we're just gonna hold off on that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so we're building, what I was trying to explain is we're building this here, so you can kind of see that I have started the heavy watt stuff heading into another power transformer, and we're gonna cut off this side. If we can get there with everything just kind of falling apart now. One of the things that we probably eventually want to do is actually split a lot of stuff off and then use gas skimmers. What, actually not gas skimmers, they are gas pumps and gas filters to send certain gases different directions. Let's see if we can't, we can probably make so many lice loaves. Pause on that. Just make as many lice loaves as you can. Lice loaves are a lot better at like how many calories they have, so we definitely want to make sure that we use those. I have no idea where that water came from. It seems to be a reoccurring theme here. Okay, so it looks like, let me take a quick look at the power here. It looks like, oh, one thing is it is in the shutoff. Shoot, I didn't even realize that we had done that. Okay, then we're gonna not that. We're gonna deconstruct that, not this one. And we're gonna have to bypass this like this. And that should allow us to send power that direction. Okay, well, we unlocked our first part of rocketry, so that's nice, I guess. This area here no longer had any water in it, so I went ahead and just destroyed the pump and cleaned up all the rest of the polluted water as we were doing. It should be, let's check to see how we're doing with the power here. This should now be able to accept power. But I need to actually cut some stuff off because otherwise we're gonna cause a big ol' overlay. And I think the best place to do that, I'm going to cut the power off here. We're gonna have extra wire we're gonna have to take care of. And I'm also going to cut off at this point. So all of these things will be separate. Let me do that. Oh, except for it's the end of the day, so it's not going to get done. Of course not. Okay, so the power is still not, still not running. Why is this not accepting? I got it backwards, didn't I? Let me take a quick look. I can straight up tell you if I got it backwards. Yeah, I did. So what you're actually supposed to do, this is my bad. You've got it completely backwards. I can't believe this. Oh my gosh. Let me fix this problem because I'm an idiot. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is this is the out, this is the in. Yeah, I always screw this up because I'm so used to it not really mattering on electricity, but it does because that's how it, you know, pushes and pulls. So that's my bad. Let's set that to important to get that done. There we go. So now it's pushing electricity through and it actually works. That was terrible. It's bypassing this, so this is going to be on its own little thing. As you can kind of see, everything here is now on a separate system, so it should be safe, and we can actually deconstruct a good portion of this because we don't need all of this just random wire doing nothing and making our lives miserable. The wire itself actually lowers by 13.5. Doesn't show. I don't think the other wire lowers decor, but yeah, that's an issue. So we wanted to make sure we cleared all of that up, and there we go. So we should have a little bit of a better. It's not going to be great, but it should be better down here, and everything should be separate. So this stuff shouldn't actually have as many issues. How are we doing on our research? Okay, so we're working on the top line of stuff here. We're going to need to build. What is it? It is the virtual planetarium. We're gonna need to start working on that next. So let's go ahead and cut that down. And we got some new printables. Let's take a quick look. We got some fish. I'm gonna go ahead and reject that right now. And I'm gonna turn that on. We should have like a bunch of light slopes, which should be pretty good for us. The hatches crack me up, by the way. That's these little guys. They eat things and then poop it out into coal, which is just great. All right, let's start building the virtual planetarium. Actually, before we even start doing that, let's take a quick look at what we've got. We do have our carbon skimmer down here. That is hooked up, so it should accept water from here, and then it'll just spit it back out. Oh, into the wrong location is exactly what it's gonna do. So we need to actually fix that. It's gonna be polluted water, so we actually want it to go even further up. Okay, so I think I have it now. So this should now actually bypass this and then continue up here with the toilet and whatnot. I'm kind of tempted to not do that because this is going to be clean water. Cancel all of that. All of it. Just cancel all of it. This is actually going to be, there's not going to be any germs in it, whereas this stuff does have germs. So actually, rather than do that, changing everything, you're going to be like, what the hell are you doing? This changes everything. What a problem. It does use a lot of water though. But we're going to immediately get that back. So how do I want to do this? We could probably set this up in a closed system if we could just get enough water for it to use. In fact, that actually might be a good thing to do here, is just to create a closed system of fresh water and polluted water and just bring some water down there. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. That's gonna take a little bit of time to set up, but that actually make things a little bit better. We can use, looks like we're gonna have to use this, which I didn't want to do. Oh, I guess, no, you know what? It's actually fine. Let me set this up real quick. Okay, so we're gonna try this out now. I have to set up the power system, but we should be good to go at this point. So let's plug this in. I'm hoping that this won't be too much of a load, but as you can see here, sorry, I've gone ahead and set this up so the bad water should go out, the good water should go in. It's gonna be germed, but it doesn't matter because it's a carbon skimmer and we don't care. And this should start to pull some of the carbon down here, and it'll just put it into the water, and then the water will then be converted back into regular water. And that should help create kind of, I don't want to say a vacuum, but it should solve some of the issues. Did y'all forget this one? I want to see if this works. Get down here. Now, it won't create oxygen. It'll just get rid of the carbon dioxide, and it looks like... Yeah, so this is actually starting to move the polluted water, and it looks like it's moving where it needs to go. So that is great news. And we should see a significant drop in... What is our polluted oxygen doing in here? There should be a drop in carbon dioxide, and these should work better once that gets started. So the oxygen diffusers should be diffusing more, and in fact, we can probably actually deconstruct the algae terrarium because we're not going to need it, because this will take care of the carbon dioxide for us. I'm hoping. I don't know if that's actually going to work or not, but we're going to find out now, aren't we? Let's see here. We do have some morale issues that we need to address. Oh, and we do have the virtual planetarium. That is done. So that's good. We can now plug that in. I think we have enough power flowing this direction. Is that true? I think so. I think we would be okay. We do need to plug that in, and then we can finish up our research. Water is still a minor concern, but we'll figure it out. I think this is working. Oxygen is still there. I guess we'll find out next time whether or not this is working. I have no idea how long this episode's gonna be. I've been recording for an hour. I'm gonna go find out how long that actually is, and we're gonna find out how this works. What we might want to do is actually build a mesh tile here so that more of the carbon dioxide can actually... Oh, you know what's probably happening? Let's take a quick look. Not really showing if this is... Like, it's obviously dropping. So yeah, let's build a mesh tile under this one and see if that helps have the carbon dioxide actually fall a little faster. There we go. This just opens it up so that the air can actually travel as we want it to. And then I'm hoping these will work a little better. I guess we'll find out, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that this time. I think we're going to have to wait a little bit to see what the overall impact that's going to have on our base. I'm really hoping it works, because that would make things a little bit easier on having the coal generators and making sure that oxygen is actually being created by our oxygen diffusers, which has been a potential issue for a while now. We've got the power pretty well separated out, so everything is running fairly smoothly. We're probably going to need more power eventually. Now we have a chlorine problem, which is not what I expected to have happen anytime soon. So we're going to have to figure out how to skim some of that chlorine out, but it's not harming anything right now, so hopefully it'll be okay. You think it's working? I hope it's working. I don't know. You know what we might want to do? Let's open this up and see if some of this carbon dioxide won't fall. I say fall, but it's more like being pushed out by the oxygen, and this does become a vacuum if there's no gas, so hopefully it does what it's supposed to do. You can kind of see that the carbon dioxide is starting to sink this way. So let's just leave that open and see what happens. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this episode. Like I said, I have no idea how long this episode's gonna be. I'm really enjoying this little game. I don't know what's next. Oh, I guess I should point out down here, I did not find what I was looking for down here, but we did find some fossils. More polluted oxygen. I am looking for some very specific things. So I want to continue digging my way over here to see if we can't find them. Where did okay, the bleach stone is still down there, it looks like. So that's probably a good thing. We do not want that to be swept, but it does create chlorine, and it is, yeah, it says it's useful for hygiene. We're gonna be using chlorine for that reason, because chlorine just naturally cleans things. I don't know. Things are looking all right. We're not dead yet. We have food, which is more than I can say about other games that I've played that I've totally screwed up. I actually can probably stop creating too much food. We have plenty of calories for right now. Well, we're not dead, so I will see you all next time where we will hopefully still not be dead. Thanks for watching.